But I guess the next thing, man, we could talk about is the spotlight caches that we're currently in right now.
Okay, yeah.
With Legion.
Each own.
There's been lots of
Lots of
Legion discussion, dude. Like a lot of
Legion,
people are
Legion of
like,
Storm, I heard is the best combo ever, man.
yeah, everyone's saying, is Legion too good for the meta? Is Legion breaking the meta? I'm still not 100% convinced he's consistent enough.
Yeah.
Because, but because it seems like it's just so hard. It seems like a lot to commit to on turn 5. Like that's one of your best cards in your deck, right? Because he's like an end game card. He's a 5-mana card, so you're playing him late game. So you're having to remove one of your late game cards to put him in there, and it just doesn't seem like enough, man. To just change locations, that's enough to make me win turn 5. But I'll admit, dude, when he gets played on me, it's usually pretty annoying. It's usually pretty annoying. I will admit. So I've
only got it played
like,
on me once. I haven't seen too many with it. You've probably seen a lot more people with it.
He's played. I've seen him a few times. Yeah, I've seen him quite a few times. Did you get whenever you see Storm combo, yeah, I've been Storm comboed. Yeah, I've been Storm comboed. Where I just, were
you able to survive, or you just dip out?
Nah, I just leave for 1 cube. There was one game where I was actually really close, where I was really, really close because I did have Jeff in my hand, and I had a freaking.
I need Jeff, dude. I feel like I need Jeff. Like in order to run that Storm Legion combo, you just need Jeff.
Dude, you have to get Jeff, man. You got to put major priority on the week he's in the caches, man, and try to get him.
Well, right now I have him in my slot.
He's pinned?
Pinned. Yeah, so I could spend 6K on him. But I feel like I'd rather just kind of wait and see if maybe I get lucky and get him with a cash. But, I mean, they're just going to keep dropping more and more cards. And it's just going to be harder and harder to get them. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know if I'll do it. But, like, I want to.
How many tokens do you have right now?
I've got about, like, 5,300. So.
Oh, you're right there then. You're right there.
Yeah. So, it's like either I could, like, drop 3K. Get Legion.
You're like 1 token. So you're like Token Tuesday away. So you're like token, or you can buy Legion. I see what you're saying. I know, man. Legion's a tough one, dude. I feel like I might get him. I think I might get him, but I'm not proud. I'm not happy about it. I don't know how I feel. I don't know if he's like the end all be all. People make him seem like he's the end all be all card, like the best card in the set, like better than Jean Grey. I'm not gonna lie. I've been playing with Jean Grey quite a bit. And I like Jean Grey a lot. Like she like sometimes specifically wins the game for me. Like I know she does. Like there'll be games where like I'm playing a guy and I know like he doesn't have a lot of cards. I can see the kind of cards he's playing. It's like maybe like a 3-drop, a 4-drop. There isn't like a lot of 1-drops. And like it's like, oh shoot, I already know like dropping Jean Grey on turn 5 is like really strong. Because it's like I'm basically manipulating their final turn. Like so it's almost like Arrow. You know, do you know what I'm saying? Like, when you would drop Arrow,
you would drop Arrow,
you would play
drop to that area.
Yeah. Like if you were winning 2 lanes, right? Then you could play Arrow on the lane you were losing, and you would pull everything to her, and you would keep winning your 2 lanes, right? Like Jean Grey is like very similar to that. Like I could drop her on turn 5, and I know my opponent, let's say, was planning on playing freaking, I don't know, Odin or playing like something big on turn 5. I mean turn 6. Then I know they can only play it where I tell them to play it in my Jean Grey lane.
So you can have
like they cannot
have them put it in a dud area where it's not going to go
exactly. Exactly. I haven't put it in the area that I'm losing. They're already winning. Right? And like, dude, she like I know she wins the game for me. Like, or even if they find a way to have like a 1-drop, let's say they draw their freaking Nova. I don't know what it is. Let's say they draw their freaking their Wasp. They have their 1-drop. They drew it. It's like, well, now they can play their one other card where they need to. But I'm doing that too. I'm playing my big card where I need to. Right. So it's like I kind of screwed them over. They played the play they didn't want to play. Like they didn't want to play their turn 1 into freaking Blue Marvel. They wanted to play Odin. But they couldn't play it, right? Because Jean Grey was like preventing that from occurring. I don't know. I'm a really big fan of Jean Grey. I've legitimately seen when she wins games for me, And so I can't legitimately say Legion's better than Jean Grey. Like in my opinion, Jean Grey is like really strong. I really enjoy playing her.
Yeah, I guess
and I just
guess
play
like
her in
every time
freaking
I tried
Thanos
playing-
decks.
Oh, okay, yeah. Every time I tried playing her, I felt like it was almost like maybe just like I was playing her like way too early, I guess. And it was like, oh, I would think that I'd be able to fill this lane up, but then something happens and I'm like, constricted and I have to stick. But yeah, I just I haven't played too much with Jean Grey, but maybe if you got a deck that you think works really well, you can shoot it over.
Yeah,
to
I'll
me.
show you the deck that I've been playing with her. And like I said, sometimes I like dropping her on like turn 5, like when I know she can win me the game, or if I just see like the kind of deck my opponent's playing.
Right.
You can
Because
manipulate
there might
pretty
be some
hard.
where
Like
it's not going to do anything. Like a bounce deck, it's not going to do
Yeah.
anything. But
right.
But if you play it, when they're just using something big or like destruction or something like that, where they're gonna try to blow some away, and then you just switch it.
Exactly.
You got to play
exactly.
now. It's almost
it sucks, dude.
almost like
exactly.
a wave or something like that. Where it like dictates that they have to change their frame of mind on how they were gonna play their next turn.
Exactly. Yeah. Even if you're like, hey, how's it going? What's going on, Blue Dream? You got a Blue Dream in the comment section saying what's up.
Yeah, good.
But we got yeah, so Jean Grey, she just kind of like, even if she makes your opponent have to like rethink their turn, that's annoying too. Right? They don't get the play that they wanted to play. They got to play a worse play, than their optimal, their optimal play. So I'm a big fan of Jean Grey. I think she is the best card released this month. But I guess Legion has given her a run for her money.
Right now.
And he's
it's just because of play around decks.
And he's only 3K though, right?
Yeah, he's only 3K. But I mean, like, if somebody decides that they want to like start running Juggernaut for those instances, like he won't even hit in the proper location. They'll wipe out the freaking Storm location unless like priority. I don't know if that's what the Storm decks run off of, is having priority to make sure that Legion always gets off. But you know what I'm saying? Like if
it's also like he's just annoying too, because he freaking like, there always seems to be, not 100%, but it largely seems like there always seems to be some kind of location that's super annoying. I remember I was playing and the dude dropped Legion in the negative zone. The location that's like -3 to all, and I was playing Thanos. So all my stones are like extra weak. They're like -2s now.
Yeah.
Like, and he's, Legion, he's a 5/8, but he's still a 5/5 on that zone. Like, I couldn't beat it. So it's like, damn, that's just really stupid. Like, there's always kind of something dumb that he's doing. So I gotta buy him and play with him this weekend, and we could talk about him. But
I think I want to get
raving about the guy.
Like, I feel like I had said something about him before that I wanted him, and you were talking about you wanted Mirage more. But like, I just felt like maybe there was like a way that you could really like F with stuff, because there's just certain locations that could just be so much better for you than your opponent. You know what I mean? Like when you're playing a destruction deck and you see that when a card sits here, it's destroyed. Like, okay, I'll just put that down, and then I have stuff like, things Nimrod, that'll duplicate or whatever. Yeah, Nimrod, that'll just freaking wreck a mess. You know what I mean? You can't throw anything down, or whatever you threw down before. I mean, it only works if you can get them out like effectively, or possibly early or whatnot. Like, I still don't know if like turn 5 getting him out really, really does too much.
Yeah, you mentioned that. You mentioned that to me in a text.
Yeah, I do see that, like with the Storm build or whatever, people are able to kind of pile some stuff in an area, and then they just Storm, and then they Legion. And because he's so damn high with Storm, you've kind of won that area for the most part. And then you just got the other areas that you can play with. And then they have Jeff, but I feel like I have to get Jeff in order to be able to run Legion like
effectively,
or at least that Legion Storm build. I mean, there might be another way to use Legion later on,
dude. I see lots of people, man, running Legion just in their deck,
just to run.
Like he's just to run them because like he makes your deck more consistent. I honestly don't know, man. Like they run him in like a Darkhawk deck. Like a lot of people are running him on like a Darkhawk deck. and like they're
Okay.
just like playing them out there, just to give themselves like a way to, like you said, like screw over the opponent or find a way to manipulate locations that just kind of like, make things, not work for your opponent. Like, I guess that just seems very high variance to me, but
Yeah,
people love it.
I mean, it definitely, like, if you think about like, oh, I don't got Cosmo or something like that, you could possibly have access to one of those locations. Hold on, buddy. You can have access to one of those locations that don't allow for on-reveal effects or something. But I guess Legion wouldn't pop out on that one, right? Legion is an on-reveal, so his wouldn't.
Yeah,
work
but
on
maybe
that
you can like do the one that shuts off ongoings, right? Like every location's that now, and you're like, dang, you just shut off their
one.
Dino.
Yeah,
You just
yeah,
shut
I
off
know,
their
right?
Darkhawk. That sucks, right? Like that's
So it
terrible.
might be like a good little
Like,
like card to put in, and then you're like, oh, you can use it or you can't, and the rest of your deck, you can use that. But yeah,
you do some crazy stuff with Legion. I gotta play some games with him. I definitely gotta try him out and play some games with him, see how I like him. But I know you were big on him. You kind of felt like he was cool from the start. I wasn't, for sure. Yeah.
sorry, what?
You signed in with a Minecraft account?
No, they needed like an Xbox Live account or something like that with Minecraft.
You can't just do like a Microsoft one?
You could do like the basic shit. You could just start. You could just press start. You don't have to sign in. But yeah, man. So I had definitely was curious about that card, and I had like some ideas about that card, but you never really know until you make it. And I'm not a great deck builder to just like know, oh, this like synergizes with this card and this card like that well. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I definitely want to see it, but yeah, it's just it's like, do I just keep going without Jeff and hope to grab him at some point in time later and grab some of these new cards, or do I like
how many spotlights do you have saved?
I only have one right now.
You have one?
Yeah, I only have one. So